Hello, Flosstube. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Bec.
And this is DDsFlosstube number 10. Hi, and welcome to Darvanalee Design Studio. As we said, this is our Flosstube. It is our weekly cross-stitch chit-chat that we have. We cover all sorts of things like whips, haul, and just everything in between, and a bit of shenanigans thrown in for good measure. Okay, so if you're new here, welcome to the channel, and if you're coming back to visit us again, thank you. We enjoy having your company here and enjoy seeing all your comments and all the rest of it. As you can hear in the background, the noisy birds decide to drop in just as we start recording.
Yep.
But we can't wait for them today because we have way too much stuff to do. We are in the throes of getting ready for retreat.
Retreat time, yep, that's coming up.
Yes, so I've got a sick husband who's suffering from man flu, so that's
dear.
putting a drain on the reserves of energy on my part. Next, I'm doing a lot of his stuff in the background as well. So yeah, I'm up to date on quilting though.
That's good.
Yeah, I am not quilting now until November.
Awesome.
Until probably mid-November once we get back from the retreat. And
get back into it again.
Yeah, then I'll get back into it. So if you've got a quilt, you can drop it in, but it's not getting done.
Yep.
Not for the next few weeks anyway. So yeah, I'm good. I'm glad about that. I'm up to date, and yeah, so all the stuff that's ready to go for November, sitting over there and ready to go.
Cool.
But
That's good.
Cross stitch. Yes, I've been cross-stitching away. Anybody who's following me over on the socials would know that I have been posting up little pictures and all the rest. I haven't seen many of your pictures going up there.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you keep forgetting to post.
Yeah.
Because you're still new to Instagram too.
I am.
Yeah.
It's remembering to do it.
Yeah. It's sort of, I don't know, when I get out my cross-stitch, I usually just take a picture of it.
Yep.
And then do a little blurb and then just move on from it. I've sort of got into the habit of doing that, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
a good habit to get into, yeah.
Okay, so what's been happening in the world of Bec?
In the world of Bec.
Anything? No.
Because we didn't do anything on the weekend, the kids and I. We just had a...
I had a nice quiet weekend after the holidays, yeah.
Yeah, because it was kids' first week back at school, so then it was the weekend, and they were just... Kayla had a big sleep in on Saturday morning, so...
Saturday.
Saturday today.
Yeah. She slept till what, 3 o'clock or something? I think you sent me a message saying, oh, she's finally awake.
Yeah. It was 3 o'clock she slept till.
Yeah, my kids slept in pretty late too. I think they got up at 11 or something like that. But yeah, she never does that.
No,
that was wild.
She must have been really drained from the holidays.
Yeah.
First week of school. Yeah. And then I'm going to sleep.
I'm home. I'm relaxing.
Yep.
Out for the
count.
Was
it. Yeah. So awesome. It was a very quiet day on Saturday because Dustin and I just did our thing.
Yeah.
And
awesome. Yeah. Awesome. That's really good.
Waited her for
but obviously she needed it, so that's...
Oh, yeah. That's why I didn't wake her up. I just left her because I could see, I just went and checked on her, and she was roll over one time and another time, and then... She was still sleeping.
Did she go to sleep early that night, or did she sit up till 3 o'clock in the morning?
No, she didn't go to sleep early, but she didn't go to bed late.
Okay, so
she was
just went to normal time.
Yeah, it was a Friday night, so
cool.
Yeah, it was a bit just re-energizing.
Yeah, I haven't really done anything this week. I've just been in get everything done mode, really.
Yeah, because we're in retreat mode, so it's sort of focusing on that.
Nothing really happened outside the house or anything like that, apart from Brendan getting man flu, and he missed his first live stream last night ever, so that was quite surprising. I got a text message from the bedroom, can you please cancel it? Okay. No worries, suits me fine because I can just stay on the couch. Yeah. I was sitting there with Mia while she was eating dinner when he sent it through, so... yeah, but we've got speech night tonight, so Savannah's getting an academic of something, award, merit, or something, I don't know, she don't tell me much. She walks in, you need to be at speech night. Yeah, what for? I don't know, some award. And keeps walking, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Some academic award.
I don't know. What for? What subject? Oh, I don't know. Do you not think to ask these questions, Savannah? Apparently not. So it's cryptic, it's a surprise. So when we get there, surprise, you've got the naughtiest child in the school. Here we are, So yeah, we don't know what we're getting. So we've got that tonight.
Yep.
I've got to do some final touches on editing and stuff like that for patterns and all the rest of it, and I've mostly been working on them over the week. I've got a few final touches to do on the samples, which will take me probably half an hour to do those, and they'll be done. I've just been really flat out in retreat mode, so not a lot has happened. I took last Saturday off. It was a sort of rainy sort of day. Hit a wall last Friday. I was in bed at 6 o'clock and slept through to the next morning, and then had Saturday off. So obviously I had some things that I had errands and stuff to do, dancing, like we're in full steam ahead with dancing this weekend. We've got exams and all that sort of stuff for Narrowlee, so that's all happening, along with everything else. But other than that, no, not a lot happening at all.
No.
So yeah.
I think because we're busy doing other things, because it's the last term of school, and every term 4 seems to get really busy
really quick,
and it's just boom, and
like I know my term 4 is always flat out, always flat out,
there's
because
always
I know
extra stuff at school as well.
Well, my kids don't do the extra stuff at school, it's all the outside of school stuff.
But you've got like awards night come up.
I'm usually there for that anyway. That's I get to sit there. I'm thinking actually taking a cross stitch, sitting up the back and just sitting there doing my cross stitch.
Because they have the lights on during awards night.
And they're massive lights in there. So it wouldn't be an issue. I just work on something with Ada. Wouldn't be an issue at all. So I could sit there and just take my little pouch. Off I go. I probably wouldn't do it if I was working on 28 count.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
Because I'd probably lose count. But if I'm like on my some of my 14 count Adas and stuff like that, I could probably do it.
That'd be easy. Just sit there.
Just sit there and cross stitch.
You're just waiting for Savannah's name.
And then look up. A bit rude, but hey, I clap, slap my leg when needed.
I always do that.
Do you reckon I'd get frowned at? Possibly. Someone would have to look down their nose at me for sure.
For sure. But if you sat right up the back,
Brandon will be just sitting there shaking his head. And I'll just ignore me, and she can just run riot.
They'll all be watching her.
To focus us off me. It's a plan. Anyway, because it goes for about 3 hours, I think. It goes to about 10 o'clock. It's a long night.
It's a long night,
I think...
Because I was there last year, whereas because Talon's not there now.
Yeah. I think Brendan might abscond early with Mia because she's out in the truck today with Brendan, so...
she's going to be ready.
Yeah, she's going to be ready and tired and all the rest of it, and Narrowlee gets a little bit antsy as well, but I think she's got to be there anyway. He might just sneak off on that, which is probably not a bad thing. So, that. Alrighty, so that's it. We don't have anything going on. We're pretty boring in that aspect
this week. Yeah.
But when it comes to cross stitch, we do have some stuff to show you.
We do. Yeah. So let's get
into it.
Started. Okay. So whips.
Yep, you're working on your whips.
So I'm still working on my spring, as you all know, and I'm a bit of a slow stitcher, but
So this is the chart for those that are new here. Yes. It is Country Cottage Needlework. She always forgets this bit.
I forget that part.
Seasonal Celebration Spring. Okay, this is our sale that we've got going on over on Instagram. So
Nicole and Bec sale.
No, Nicole and Bec Spring. Yeah.
That's the hashtag.
Yeah, so that's the hashtag that we're using, so you can always join along with us.
Yeah, doing that.
Still going. There's
still going because I'm still going.
There's no end date. It's just a sale that we're doing, so there's no end date, so you can join in at any time.
We'd love to see
I'll just get in trouble for not turning my computer down.
Yep, so I'm heading across the bottom, and I'm going to then work my way up, and then
because you're not sure whether you like stitching from this way or stitching that way. This is sort of like a test piece because it's so symmetrical.
And I'm left-handed,
so
I'm going to head over this side,
and
then see how I go working from the right hand side.
Your other left.
That's it.
You'll get there. Like you're almost to that side now, so you'll be able to scoot up.
Yep. That's it.
Cool.
And I'll see how I feel working from that side.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Like I'm fairly interested to see if it works better for you.
Yeah.
That like if you feel more comfortable with your stitching and stuff like that.
Yeah. And last week I said I was going to get my alphabet finished Bec didn't get the alphabet finished. But I was quite proud of how much I did get done because I've done more than scissors are hanging off my needle. That's what you were laughing at.
I can see, yep, there you go, the scissors. I just seen them.
So I have got done more than what I have in like over previous weeks.
Okay, cool.
So I'm actually quite happy. Nicole hasn't seen this yet.
I haven't seen it, no. So you're working on, what are you working on?
Oh yeah, I'm working on.
Yeah, so you know, so we know what you've done. I'll take all your bits and pieces out of it. All right, so we're working on Quilter's Cottage.
Scissors again. Put it over there, scissors.
By Laurie Holt. It's a cute little chart. I like this chart.
Yeah, I like it. We both like it.
Yeah.
'Cause it's got quilts in it.
Yeah.
Hanging on the washing line.
Cool.
Okay, so this is what I've done, Nicole.
Okay.
So I finished my A.
Okay, cool.
Or did I do that last week?
I did that last week, yeah.
But I've come down and I'm going along with my
Cool.
M-N-O-P.
P.
So
yeah, but it looks like moth. Moth.
Oh.
Cool. Awesome.
So yeah, so that's 4 letters. Like, that's more than I've done in previous weeks.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because we were having a joke after last week's Flosstube that at this rate it's gonna take her 26 weeks to do the alphabet. That's just 1 letter a week.
But I've done 4 this week. Like,
well, so she's caught up.
That's like.
No, that's cool. Like, I'm not laughing at that. Just the whole 26 weeks every week. I've done the A, B, C. That'd be so funny if you did do that. You'd have to do a piece like that. 1 a week.
I'll just get an alphabet sampler and do that.
Yeah, that's it. With nothing else but the alphabet. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh my goodness. So yes, that's what I've done on that. So I'm pretty chuffed with myself with that.
Awesome. I'm just going to interject a little bit here.
Yeah.
I had a question that came through private message on Facebook, and they asked me, did I share the sassy pouch with you? The Sassy Devil's sassy pouch.
Well, she shared the fudge with me.
Yeah, and
she gave me something. Oh yeah.
That's what reminded me. I was supposed to.
And I received.
Yeah,
this.
so Bec got that, and there was something else I gave you too.
Yeah, there was something else.
We almost split it in half, really.
Yeah.
No, because we ate the fudge.
Yeah, that was so good.
That was so good.
Oh my god, that was so good.
Yeah, that was so
yes,
good.
that's what I've put my Quilter's Cottage into.
It's cute.
In this little project bag. And it fits really nicely.
It does, actually.
Yeah.
It fits really well.
It does.
They had the hoop. Did they have the hoop in it? Yeah, it had the hoop and everything in it.
Yeah, I had everything in there. It
Awesome.
fits really well.
Awesome.
Perfect size for that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Thank you.
No, that's fair. Yeah, just someone asked if I shared the pouch with you, and I did.
Yeah,
because
you purchased it.
Yeah, well, I got it because it was the first time that I had seen it.
Yeah.
So I got it to see what was in it. I've left a review over on their page and all the rest of it, and you can see our review. I'll link that up down below where we're opening it for the first time, and it was the first one that we received. And just some people just asked, one person in particular asked if I had shared the pouch with you, and I'm like, of course I did. Like,
yeah, she shares lots.
I can't, open all those presents and then go, you get nothing, because that would be just rude. On that, so yeah, so I went, and I think there was
something else.
I can't remember what else it was.
Yeah,
I know that we're going to share the foot soak, but we're going to do that after the retreat because oh man, our feet are just killing us when we come home.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go and
get
get.
Spa out.
I don't have a foot spa. I had one, but we had a mouse plague.
Oh, that's right. I remember you saying about that.
Yeah. So I lost my foot spa. I might have to go and get another one.
Yeah.
Sit here and have a day.
Yeah, we can sit here together with our foot spas.
Just put closed on the doors. So have you worked on anything else this week?
No, just those 2 this week.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
And the 1 letter a week alphabet.
Which I did 4.
4. You've caught up 4 weeks. You've done a whole month in one.
Oh my god.
When did you do those? Last night?
Yeah.
After I said to you, go home and do the alphabet. You should have been sitting in your car.
Well, I didn't decide to sit there in the car until because we got to dancing last night half an hour early.
And that would have been half an hour stitchy time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so there's days that I've got to sit down there with Narrowly because she's only there for half an hour.
Yeah.
And so I just grab one of my pouches and take, because there's scissors and everything, I just take one of my pouches in the car and just sit there and do it. So and I get 30 minutes in and just put it aside. So
Yeah, so we got there half an hour early. So then we just sat there for the 20 minutes until, because by the time we got there it was about 5 past, and I realised, dancing doesn't start till 6:30.
Yeah. That's so funny.
So then we were sitting there for a while, and then Dustin's like, I'm hungry. So
we went and got Macca's.
Went and got dinner. I thought, and then they went overtime anyway. So I'm
they always tend to go overtime on Wednesday nights for some reason, but they have been practicing. Like I said, they were practicing for exam and stuff, which pushes them over as well.
And they're practicing for the concert as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so I have a few whips as
what
well.
What have you whipped up this week?
Well, I actually have a finish as well.
Oh,
so
finish.
In my rotation. So last week I talked about setting my timer on my phone, which a few people have contacted me about and said that they're going to use it. They're really enjoying using it.
Yes.
It's working really well for them. They're applying it to quilting as well and other aspects of their life. So everybody was really, really happy with that tip of doing the timer. A couple of people weren't so happy about it because they felt that my life is too structured. But I asked Bec yesterday, would she swap places with me and just do what I got to do, because I was tired and feeling a bit flat.
It was towards the end of the day.
Yeah, and you can probably still hear that I'm a little bit tired and a little bit flat.
Yep.
Because I go to bed at 9 o'clock, but leading up to retreat, I sort of push myself to stay awake a little bit longer. And the first few days, I feel a little bit flat from that. So, so a few people weren't so happy about it. They thought it was too structured and all the rest of it. I have a lot going on. I have a lot of stuff on my plate. And to get all that, so you've got to imagine, I've got anybody that's got teenage kids, they're busy. They've got a lot going on. They've got to be here. They've got to be there. And it's not safe for people to be walking home at night and stuff like that. So, so basically I've got their social life to contend with, their school life to contend with, and all that sort of stuff. And then on top of that, I have my own business, which admittedly is only a small business.
Yes, it is.
Like, it's a very small, it could just be me here on my own quite happily, but Bec sort of just comes and hangs out here anyway.
Just needs something to do.
I've got the long arm quilting side of my business, and I've got my online shop and stuff. So I have a very small business. This is so I don't get bored. I mean, realistically, would I ever get bored? Probably not. But it just keeps me on track of, it gives me direction. Whereas, if I didn't have that in my life where I had to go to work, even though it's in my house, if I didn't have that area of the house to go to for work, I probably would just sit on the couch and do nothing and then just get depressed. If I was honest, that's probably what would happen. I've never allowed myself to get to that point.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
So basically I have to structure and then I've got my husband's business on top of that.
Yeah.
And then he's got little sub businesses in here. So his main business is his towing business, and he's got his YouTube. Then he's also got his merchandise now, and I do all that. Like, I do all the online stuff as well. Yeah. And then on top of that, with my business, I've got a sideline of sewing retreats. So I do have to structure my life, and that also means that I have to structure time, or allot time for hobbies. Like, I'm not working while I'm doing those hobbies. I'm sitting there and focusing on that hobby. So yes, I am structuring my life and planning everything and all that sort of stuff, but that's my downtime. That's my playtime. That's what I do. Like, it used to be patchwork, and I'd sit there and patchwork. Then it went to, I would make bags in my spare time, and then now it's cross stitch, and there was diamond painting, and there's been origami. There's lots of different things in my downtime, and that's my downtime. But I found with cross stitching, because I'm a serial starter on everything. It doesn't matter what I do, what craft I do, I'm a serial starter. And I've always just been able to allot time and then focus on it. But I found that with the little one here now, she interrupts me a lot, so I get distracted. So I figured, well, if I say to them, like, I've got 30 or 45 minutes, I'm doing this, or I've got an hour, please don't disturb me. I set the alarm, the alarm goes off, I can go back to them.
Yeah.
And that gives me my time. So for those that think that I am structuring my time, yeah, I am. But
yes,
it works for me.
Yeah. And that's it. It works for you.
Yeah.
Like,
and
it doesn't work for everyone.
I just put that tip out there, not expecting anybody to do it. And
everyone's jumping on board.
Everybody is jumping because they can see the benefit of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I like to wind down with a little bit of cross stitch. Like last night, I didn't start cross stitching until whatever time my post went up about working on my Halloween one.
Yes.
It was an hour and a half prior to that I started working on. So I think
because
that was
we left dancing at 7:30,
7:30, 7:45.
Yeah, because we were chatting for a bit after.
Yeah, like we just spent all day together and then we're sitting there chatting.
I know, right?
Hassling the kids, and like Nerily was off chops last night.
She was.
God.
I thought Kai was bad, and then Nerily comes
out and look, jelly beans, no. But yeah, so to all those people out there that think that I'm structuring my life, yeah, I am. But that's so I can fit everything in and also my time. So that alarm is my time. Am I selfish sometimes and take a full day? Hell yeah. That I walk in the house and I just look at my family and go, and they'll say, and I just keep walking. I put the hand up. No, today is my day. That I'm going out and I walk out the door.
Everyone needs that.
Yeah.
Everyone needs at least some time to themselves.
I don't neglect my family, and by using the timer, I'm not neglecting anybody. Everybody gets an equal share.
I love how you're able to structure everything and allow time for certain things to be done. Like, I wish I was more like that.
Yeah. Bec takes the easy projects first and leaves the hard ones to last, whereas I'm the opposite. I'll do the hardest thing first. Yeah. Because then, you know, by the time you've done the hardest thing, you're flogged, so then you've got easy stuff to do. That's another thing. Sense. Yeah, that's another thing I do. I always start with the hardest. My day always starts with the hardest thing, and then it gets less and less throughout the day. And mentally, that works for me.
Yeah.
That might not work for other people, but some people, but you're more alert and you're more on the ball first thing in the morning that you are. Even when you're flat, you're still mentally alert.
Because you know what you've got to do.
Yeah, and yeah, so it works for me. It doesn't work for everybody, and I'm not saying everybody should do it.
No.
You know, and like I even go that one step further and took a leaf out of that cross stitch. Who are they? The housewives cross stitch. The Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. I took a leaf out of that, and they've got rotation days.
Yes.
So I now have my own rotation days, and you know, are some of them probably going to be the same? Yeah, Merry Monday is the same as theirs, but that's what day I work on. You know, I didn't even realise that.
You didn't realise, because Nicole sent me a message
after I put it up, and I went, oh, I didn't check, and I went and checked and went, damn it. But, you know, hey, like, it's just words. I'm not trying to jump on I'm not using their hashtag or anything like that. That's just my rotation day. So, you know, I work on Christmas stuff, and people, and then I've had other questions like, aren't you getting overwhelmed with all the whips that you've got? And I'm like, no, because I have the rotation days. By having those rotation days and also setting the timer, basically I don't have to look at anything else except for the Christmas stuff, which I only have 3 projects now. Last week I only had 2 projects, so it's only 2 projects I've got to choose from.
Yeah.
And on Mondays I have a little bit of extra time, so I can actually do an hour on each of one of those if I want to. You know, but sometimes I don't want to. I'll just work on the one thing, you know, and then I might have 2.5 hours or 3 hours that I've worked on that one thing. So it takes away the overwhelming sense that you get when you've got a lot of projects. So I'm only focusing on that, and I do it with my patchwork and stuff as well.
Oh yes.
That I don't necessarily have rotation days, but you know, one particular day I might work on a mini quilt, another day I might work on blocks, another day like I'll work on something else that involves in quilting. And basically that has worked for me, and in this industry it is constantly changing, constantly new trends and all the rest of it, and it's a really good way to stay on trend. I've given up on trends. I just don't even follow trends. I just do what I like to do now.
I reckon that's the best way to be.
Yeah,
just
like
do what you like.
But because I was, you know, doing classes and all that sort of stuff up until last year, I sort of stopped classes. I was starting to get flat, and I felt that I wasn't putting my best foot forward. So I decided to switch to YouTube and just do them there. not because of lack of interest or anything like that. I was just getting burnt out. So I took a step back. And that's what I tend to do with my crafting. If I start to feel like I'm getting burnt out, I take a step back. I take a day. But I like cross stitch and I like patchworking. I prefer quilting over patchworking, and they are two different things. Because patchworking is piecing all your pieces together to make a quilt top, and quilting is finishing it off.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to do.
Yeah, you enjoy that.
Yeah, that's my thing, except for when backings are too short. And yes, you measured it before you put it in there. And no, it was still a little bit short. But anyway, so this week I managed to get a finish. I set the timer. And this was last night I actually got a finish. So it was just before today. You might remember last week I did the 24 hours of cross stitch marathon, and I worked on this little guy here, and I had a few things to finish off. Well, I got him finished and I fixed up the quilt block. It's still a little bit wonky, but hey, you know. It's the first time I've worked on 28 count, but I'm happy with it. And I've cut it down just to fit into a little frame.
Oh, you've got a frame, haven't you?
No, I'm going to go down and get it.
Okay.
I already know what size frame. I think I might have to take a little bit more off on the side. I was going to do something. I'm in two minds actually, because I have another idea for this one as well, but I'm not too sure. I have to get supplies. Either way, I've got to get a frame or supplies. Yeah. So hopefully that will be either fully finished next week or the week after. Probably the week after, because I've got retreat next week. So and we have to bring everything a day forward. So he's done. He's called Halloween Visitor, and he was from Star Hollow Stitchery on Etsy. I hope I haven't butchered that. Erica D House. She's on Instagram. I've got a post over on Instagram, and all the information's over there. But he's cute. He's turned out really well. Yes. And I'm really happy that I took the plunge and worked on the 28 count. I'm pretty happy with that. And as you can see, I started up here, and as you can see, as I've got down, I've got a lot better with the counting and the stitches. My work's turned out really good, so I was pretty happy with that.
I like the overall
finish. Yeah, and it's going to look cute. In someone else said that they did it, and I changed some of the colours out. So I used a purple variegated here from Weeks Dye Works, and I used the yellow as well instead of the black, because I used a different purple, so the yellow just stands out a little bit better.
I like that little pop of yellow.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, very cute.
I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, and just in time for
Halloween. Yeah, so it's my first ever Halloween finish too.
Awesome.
So it'll either get in the frame. I probably will put it in a frame, just put it into the frame, and then maybe think about doing the other finish with it later on. I don't know, or it'll just stay in the frame.
Whatever takes your fancy.
That's exactly right. So we got to Monday, which is Merry Monday, and I'm working on Christmas traditions, and that so I'm working on that, and I'm doing the first block, and I got a little bit more done. So I managed to get, what did I get done this week? Oh, I finished filling in the ribbon, and I got the little birds done. So they just need some Santa hats, and I think that's it on those. And then I've just got a couple of flowers that have got to go down here. But I don't like I don't know, I think I'm going to change it. Because in the pattern, there's two little flurries that come out of flowers, and they just sort of drape down, and they've got it like pink over white dots which look like snowflakes. But I think I'm going to do green with the white at the end and put a little bit of glitter in with those threads. So yeah, I think I'm going to change that up. So yeah,
I like the sound of that.
I've already started. I'm just going to change this. I can change that up. Why not?
Well, you're the one who has to live with it.
That's it. Okay, so that was Monday, and I only had an hour or so on Monday because we had a birthday party that Neroli had to go to and all that sort of stuff. So about an hour and a half actually I worked on that from memory, and I don't write down my times or anything like that either, and I don't count my stitches. I just write down. I've got a journal that I put like the start when I start and like just when I start and finish, and what if I've made any changes, and if I've changed out any of the threads or anything like that. So with this one here, which is the Quilter's Cottage, the same as what Bec is working on, I worked on this on Tuesday because Tuesday is anything goes, and this really doesn't have a category. So this is my anything goes Tuesday. So I started doing a little bit of that, and I was quite surprised. I got a fair bit done. So I managed to get the little cottage done. So last week I only had 2 lines of the cottage, and then I ended up on Tuesday finishing the roof. And then I realised I'd done the roof wrong, so I pulled it out and redid the roof. Now the roof is right. Because Savannah was talking to me, and I just kept stitching along, and then it ended up being a block, and I forgot to put the angle. And, so I went right across, so I had to pull all those stitches out and put the angle on them. So that was fine. So that's my Tuesday work that I did. So anything goes. And last Saturday I do words and stuff on Saturday. So anything that's like all words or, a saying or a positive saying like that. So I've named it Sassy Saturdays. And I had a new start on that day. And so now it's a work in progress. So I managed to get, the one I'm working on, is How to Be a Meme Mother by Lizzie Kate, and you would have remembered last week that I had this all kitted out ready to go. Well, yes, I got to Saturday, and I had a spare hour, and I just thought, I'll sit down and start that. And I'm using all the call for colours, and they're all Weeks dye work, so they've got that little bit of variegation. And I got the first box done and the H, so that's what I got done in an hour.
Very good.
So I was pretty happy with that. And yes, I'm working on 28 count again, and it's going a lot better this time. So you can see there that my crosses are forming really well, and I'm really happy with it. I'm actually learnt a new technique this week.
Yes.
On that, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. On that, because I've got something to show you for that. Okay.
Rightio.
So that's my new start. So that's all my works in progress. So for those that are freaking out that I'm scheduling my life, please don't. I've done it for a long time. And it really does work for me. And as Bec says, she knows that she sees me take days. She sees where I go. I ring her and go, just don't come in. That I need to take a day, and stuff like that. And it does. Bec does things that I sort of need to get to, and so she'll like do some cutting for me, prep stuff for videos and all that sort of stuff, and then I do all like the business side of things, and like I'll be answering emails, making phone calls, ordering stock, generally pricing stock, all that sort of stuff, because I have an online store as well. So yeah. But don't stress about me. I do take time for myself. And thank you very much for your concern. I understand that you were just out of concern that I was structuring my life too much, but that's just the way I work.
That's how, like, you wouldn't be where you are if you didn't have all that structure, like with your business. And all that organisation, because you need to be organised when you have a business. Yeah, you do. You definitely do. You can't run a business halfway. It's either all the way or none at all. Like, and as I said, my business is very small in the scheme of things. Like, it's just to keep me employed and brings a little bit of money into the household to pay the household bills. Like, it's not a massive business, and I don't claim it to be a massive business. Would I like it to be a massive business when the kids leave home? Maybe. But right now, it's great how it is. It just steady, and it just keeps moving along. I mean, I'd like more sales. Who wouldn't, Oh, yeah, exactly.
Who wouldn't like a little bit more money in their pocket and all the rest of it? But you don't need to worry. I do take time for myself. I do sleep and I do eat. They're all the questions that I generally get. When do you sleep? When do you eat and sleep? And you need to stop scheduling your life. I can't at this point in time. So,
no. But then we have days where we'll go like to a quilt show.
That's
benefits both of us.
We get out for the day. We get out of town.
It's really good. If we go without the kids, they're all sorted.
Yeah, and we've got one coming up in February, and we're trying to organise to get to. Is it Brisbane Cross Stitches?
Yes.
Yes, and that they have monthly meetups, so we're looking to go and meet up with them.
Yeah.
We're also, planning other things for next year. We've got 3 retreats and that, where that gets us out. Even though we're working, it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, and it gets us away from the kids and the house and Kingaroy. And it's like we go away, but
it's a weekend away because we're at the beautiful Bunya Mountains, and it's just so relaxing up there.
That's exactly right.
And we get to relax and make new friends as well.
We've met so many people through them. Yeah, it's been amazing. Yeah. So
it's really good.
But I'm okay, everybody. It's all right. I'm all good.
She's all good.
Oh, and you might be wondering what I'm drinking today. It's not a sugary drink at all. It's actually a tea. It's a cold iced tea, and I buy these tea bags, and they're hot or cold. And this one is strawberry and watermelon in a Macca's cup, because my husband drinks frozen drinks. I don't. But I keep the cups because
they're so
they're
convenient.
They're a good size. I think they're about a 600 ml, maybe a bit more. And they're a good size. And I put on my ice and then I just sip on it all day.
Sip away.
And it's so yummy, and it's a tea. There's no added sugar or anything like that. So
that's
just
good.
It's just a bit of fruit tea in it, which is
Awesome.
good. Yeah. Alrighty. So anyway, just thought I'd tell you what I was drinking today. Something different.
I'm drinking water.
I won't tell you what she did to that water. She's enjoying it. It's fun. Alrighty, so moving on to haul now. Alrighty, I'm all over the shop today. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
So what did you get this week?
So yesterday, Kyella and I went to Big W.
Yep.
Because I was telling her about a cross stitch that I'm getting, and I've received it. And she's like, oh, cool. And she sort of was interested. She asked me, would she be able to do cross stitch?
Yep.
I said, yeah, of course you will. So yesterday we went down to Big W and she chose this little kit.
Of course she did. An emoji.
An emoji.
Don't forget to sign at China.
Oh yeah, that's Kai's new nickname from Nicole. So it's actually a tapestry kit. It is...
So what's it got in it? Is it a canvas? It's a canvas.
It's a printed one.
Okay,
so the design's printed on the back, like on the canvas.
This, yep.
And it comes with the yarn, the needle, the chart, and the instructions, and it's a 10 count as well.
Yeah,
and
that'll make it easy for her, I reckon.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw that as well. And it's packed by, done by 2 green zebras.
Yep.
And they're here in Queensland.
Yes, in Taunton.
Yep.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we get some of our supplies from too.
Yeah. So, yeah, we got that from Big W yesterday. So it was only $5. So it's something to get her started. Like, see if she enjoys it.
If she likes it. She really liked diamond painting. She did like the diamond painting.
Yeah.
She doesn't sit down and do it consistently, but what kids do.
But yeah, because she, with her focus, she sort of lacks there. But something little like that, I thought, just to give her an idea to see if she enjoys.
Yeah, I reckon she will.
Needlework. Yeah.
What else did you get?
So, also for Kyella.
Yeah. But you're doing it.
But I'm doing this one.
Yeah.
I got this. She loves foxes.
So where did you get this one from?
This one I actually brought off a buy, swap and sell.
Oh, okay. So like
a de-stash
unload. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's.
Is that on Facebook or?
Yeah, Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's by. I don't know. I can't pronounce them.
Well, it'd be Russian by the looks of it.
It's either Russian or
German, maybe?
Polish.
Well, there you go.
So it's made in Poland. So
okay, well that's who it's from. I like how they've packed all the floss. Check that out.
Yeah,
that's
what I thought as well. So there's 20, I think.
Yeah.
20 colours in this one.
Yeah, that's cute.
It's very cute.
I like the cards they've packed it on. That's nice. Yeah. Hold on to those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite convenient.
Everything. Look at that. That's awesome. I've not seen a kit like that before. So it's interesting to see.
And I checked out their website, and they've got lots of other nice designs as well. Like in the woodland range as well. Yeah. So it's what is it? It's DMC floss.
Yeah.
And it's on 16 count Ada.
Yeah.
By
Zygarde.
Yeah. and the colour is Rustico.
Do you want to know something funny?
Tell me something funny.
I just bought some Rustico. I just bought a bit. I think I bought a metre of Rustico for the glitter village.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so I'm going to do it on that.
Have you received it yet? Or you've
it's in the cupboard. I forgot to pull it out. Just when I seen it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I got that. It's yeah, you could probably reach it. But I got a big metre of it. So
wow.
Same colour.
Same colour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's so funny. We don't shop together. We don't sit down and shop together or anything like that. But that's funny.
Yep, that is funny. We do come across we find that we like similar things.
Like I'm not into the woodland creatures or anything like that. But there is a steampunk. Those woodland creatures that were steampunked in the magazine that I want to do. So there's some things that we do like that are very similar. I've my tastes have since I started doing cross stitch. Like I've got a lot of these charts and all the rest of it, and I just do the things I like. But I've noticed that I am gearing more towards Quaker style and samplers and stuff like that. I think because of the history behind some of them.
Oh, yes.
You know, like the reproduction ones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I haven't done one yet, but I'm really liking them. So I'm, that. So did you get anything else this week?
No, that's all this week.
That's all this week?
Yeah. Just a little bit. Yeah. And I actually, because this arrived yesterday in the mail.
Oh, did it?
Yes, so when Kyola went home, she took the mail in and didn't say anything until I went out this morning. I went to go out the front door and I went, oh, that's for me. What's this envelope? Open it up. Oh my God.
Good on you, Kyola.
Thanks.
She's so funny.
But she did sit it there on the
the sideboard where you first walk in the door.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
well, she put it in the right spot.
Yes, that's it. And because we got home late last night, I didn't notice it.
Yeah, because it's a little bit dark in that hallway, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's no light.
Yeah,
my house is very dark.
That's the same as mine. Like even during the day, it's good in summer because that centre part of our house is always generally cool, and or you put the air conditioner on and it just cools down instantly. You don't have to have it on all the time. So
yeah, that's good. Yeah, so mine's quite dark. So we walk in, and then there's a black cat. You've got to watch that you don't stand on him. Because he will just lay there.
Oh my God, it's an attack cat.
It's just like, I'm just gonna lay here in the middle of nowhere. And then you walk in and it's like, oh, sorry, Comet.
Do you want to grab my Rustico out?
I can grab that out.
Cool. Oh, you're gonna go for a bit of a walk on the other side.
Okay. Oh, I see it.
You can't miss it. It's a big wad of fabric. There it is. Thank you. So it's a little bit, so anyway, as I said, I got some as well, and I got this from JK Cross Stitch Supplies on Facebook. She's got a group, and she's got all the different charts and all the rest of it. I went there mainly for the fabric, and then I ended up getting some other stuff as well. But I got a big lot of this, and I'm thinking that I might actually do the Jack Frost Forest on this one as well.
Oh, yes.
That's why I ended up getting a fair. I think it was a metre. I got maybe half a metre. I don't know. Yeah, it's a big lot. Yeah, so I figured that I might just. I'm obviously not going to do them all on that one big piece and then all cut them up and that. So basically, I figured that I'll do the pieces on here, like cut up the sizes that I need, and do the pieces on here because they're going to be for my Christmas tree, some of them. But I think I've also got I might end up getting some more because I wanted to do that the whole series on one panel.
Yes.
As a picture as well. Yeah. So, I'm coming back to shop some more and get some more because I wasn't too sure when I seen it. This is a 28 count, I think. Or an 18. No, it's an 18 count, sorry.
It's not printed.
Yeah, no, it's an 18 count from memory. I'll have to look that up to make sure. I think the receipt was with it.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Mine's a 16.
Yeah, it came in 14, 16 and 18. The receipt's probably for yours is 16. This would be an 18 for sure.
Yeah.
I think the receipt was just with it. No. It's a yellow one. There it is, sitting in the top just there. Yep, that's it. There we go. I keep all my receipts with it, but I didn't pull it out. Yeah, it's an 18 count. And it doesn't say whether it's a metre or not, but I'm pretty sure it is a metre that I got. And I just thought that'd be really good to do the glitter village on.
Yeah, I reckon that's awesome colour.
And it will look really nice against green. And then that's what got me thinking doing the Jack Frost forest one on
because green against that.
Tree Farm, sorry. Yeah, on that one.
Would be really nice.
Good. Yeah.
Definitely.
Especially the greens that are in it. So I did have a fabric in that one, so I'm going to pull that fabric out and put this fabric in.
Didn't you?
So yeah,
because you started kitting it up.
Yeah. So that was part of my haul that I forgot to pull out. So I got that. And then this one I have been waiting for. It is the Country Cottage Needleworks Snow Village, and this is a kit, a club that I got through the Fat Quarter Shop. I didn't realise at the time that Nicole from Journey of the Stitcher was going to get it here, and I signed up for the club. Oh. So, but she didn't. I don't think she has a club. She's just got the charts that are going to come in. Yeah, purchase. And I didn't realise it. Had I known that, I would have. And I didn't think to ask. I just seen the club, and got it. So basically, they've sent the first chart for it, and it's so cute. So I can't wait to start that. That's going into my rotation because I'm really excited to start that. And they also sent the Ada, so it's a bluish sort of Ada. So
I like that.
What is it? What colour is it? I don't know what colour it is. So it is French Rain, Country French Rain. It's from Witch Out, and it's 16 count. And it's actually quite pretty. I like the colour. So I'm pretty happy with that. Someone else was saying that they didn't like it. They were going to do it on something else. But I actually really like it.
I was going to say, in the picture, the blue is a lot lighter.
Yeah.
But
I like the dark.
Think the darker
I think it's going to pop a little bit better.
So much better.
I am going to do these individually. I'm not going to do it as a full one.
Yes.
I'm just going to do it as an individual one and probably finish it off very similar because that's what attracted me to it.
Yeah.
But you get all the floss as well. So the first month they basically sent out the first pattern, the Ada that you're going to need, and also all of the floss. So they've got Classic Colourworks in there. Excuse me. And all the white and everything that you're going to need for it as well, because obviously it's going to have a lot of white. I am actually adding glitter to this one as well.
I'm excited.
So I haven't a lot of some of you might be waiting for that stuff to go up on the website. I'm actually just holding off putting it up on the website at this point because I'm waiting to hear back to see if they actually can get more of it in, because it's on pre-order back order, and sometimes in the past with things like that it's gone to pre-order back order, they don't get it back in again. So that sort of is what concerns me a little bit about that. So and then I was shopping with Journey of the Stitcher, and you would have seen a couple of weeks ago I got some of Leela's studio patterns, the Quaker Holiday and the Christmas one. Well, I went shopping again because I was watching Country Stitches, and I thought that this was the one that they had that looked very similar, and I couldn't remember what video it was in, and I'd already watched 30, so I wasn't going back to find it, but from memory I think it was this one that they got. But either way, I actually really liked it.
You like it, yeah.
Yeah. And then I came in and it's got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 colours in DMC. And it was done on Belfast linen, 32 count smoky white. And then I didn't look at that information, I just really liked it, and then this morning when I picked it up I went, oh, it is 326 stitches wide by 146 wide, which equates to 20 inches this way and about 9.5 that way, and I'm like, oh that's a big chart. So yeah, that's my first sampler. I will actually be getting the colours. I'm going to do it on 32 count. I'm going to find the Belfast linen. I've never worked on it before. And I'm going to start. It's probably going to take me a month of Sundays to do this, if not longer. I'm actually going to start it. I'm going to get the floss and everything like that, and I'm going to start that sooner rather than later. That'll be started before the end of the year.
Yeah.
But like just looking at it,
it's very pretty.
It is so pretty, and I think what attracts me to some of these samplers is the acorns and the little oak leaves and all that sort of stuff. And when I was a kid, I've got these wonderful memories of this tree where we lived once, and it had this massive oak tree out the back of these block of units. Yeah. And me and this other kid were always up this bloody thing. We'd sit in there for hours and hours and hours of time. And I think it's such a happy memory and relaxing memory from my childhood, which I don't have a great deal of them, that I'm very drawn to that sort of stuff. Yeah. So that's
one specific memory.
Like, to be honest, every time I look at this, the one thing I look at is just the bottom border of those acorns. I'll do that whole chart just to have those acorns, basically. Stupid, I know, but
anyway. I don't think so.
And look, there's flowers. I don't like flowers.
Nicole doesn't like flowers.
And I like the little farm scene, and I've always loved red barns and stuff like that. And I love living out in the country and on the farm and all that sort of stuff. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I like it.
Yeah, very good.
That
middle picture, out of those three, would have to be my favourite.
Yeah, with the cows. With the cows. Like, look at those little cows. They're so cute. And I mean, I could always just do them individually, like they are. They're on the back. I could just do those individually. I don't necessarily have to do the whole thing, but
you want those acorns.
Yeah. I want the acorns on it. So might lose the flowers off the side and just do the acorns all the way around.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Nothing's stopping you.
Yeah. So that's one that came in this week. And then these ones. Ooh. Okay, so these have come from suggestions from, well, not suggestions, but haul from other channels. So the first one that I'm going to show you, I seen this on Married with Stitches.
Yes.
Their one. So I'm going to do this one. Like, that is so cute. So I ordered these from JK Stitching, Cross Stitch Supplies on Facebook. So I got that, and I'm pretty excited to start that one. And then this one was Carla did this from Carla Being Crafty. She did this one, and she did it in variegated, and I've been waiting forever for it to come back into stock on 123 Stitch. It's been out of stock, and then it was in stock, and then I didn't see the email, and now it's back out of stock. No. So I gave up in the end, and and then I found it on Facebook, so I got that as well. So they are going into my, I don't know which part of the rotation they're going to go into. I think that one can go into Floral Friday, because that's anything to do with flowers and animals and stuff like that.
Oh, yes.
And this one will just go into Wicked Wednesdays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or they could both go into Wicked Wednesday.
Well, they both could, yeah.
Yeah. But it just depends.
Yeah. So these are going to get made into cushions. I already know what they're getting made into. And I'm going to do the green part. I'm going to look at doing that in glow in the dark.
Oh my God, that will look so cool.
Yeah, and some of the little circles and stuff in there will be in glow in the dark as well. I might even backstitch around it or something.
That'd look good.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm a little bit crazy. I like backstitch.
Like, you could do the outside as backstitch.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, go around the outside of it. Even the whole design, I don't care. Backstitch, that doesn't bother me.
Backstitch doesn't bother you now, hey? That's good.
No, not on, like, if I'm just going out into no man's land, like, it bothers me because I don't know where I'm going on that. But to go around something, backstitch doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Like, that's just outlining, really. And you do that in embroidery anyway. So it's sort of the same, in my head, it's the same principle. So yeah, that's all my haul this week.
I like your haul.
Oh, actually, sorry, I got one other thing. So I got a lot of Weeks Dye Works floss when I started cross stitching.
Yes.
Because they had some kits that they just, it was a bag and it had a whole heap of different ones in it. So, and it was themed like vintage, autumn, spring, Christmas, brights, and neutrals. So I've just had them sitting in the Ziploc bags and didn't know what to do with them or anything like that. And then I forget who I was watching, but I see they had these big rings. So I went looking for these big rings, and I found some washi tape rings to put all your washi tapes on. And there was 8 inches and 5 inches, I think it was, or something along those lines. And I thought, the only place I couldn't find them here in Australia. The only place I could find them was on Amazon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't just want all my flosses hanging in Ziploc bags, and I couldn't see the colours, and I'd have to pull them all out.
And then you need to stroke them every so often as well.
There's that too. You probably shouldn't, but there's that too. But No, you shouldn't do that because you put your grease and stuff on
Yes,
on the
I
threads. So yeah, so basically I had them all sitting there. I've had them there for a couple of months and I've used them a couple of times, but I've had to rummage through and I couldn't see all the colours and all that sort of stuff. And then I've got these kits where I'm getting Classic Colourworks, which have the tabs, and then there's some Gentle Art ones as well that I've got and all that. So I went looking, I found them on Amazon, was the only place I could find them, and they're washi tape holders. But what I've done is I've hung all my floss on them. So now when I'm looking for a particular colour, all the floss is just hanging there. They could move around and I can easily see the colours.
Yeah.
There is a join in the centre. Do you want to pull that side up? Hold that side. There is a join in the centre, but that's fine. And it just undoes, if I can undo it the right way. It just screws apart and it comes undone like that. So
you can flick the ones around that you don't need to bring up the one you do want.
Yeah, and basically if I want this one right at the centre, all I've got to do, as Bec was saying, is just move that around like so. Get rid of all that, and then I can just take that one off. So I thought that was a really, really good idea to have that. And then I've got these little hooks in my cupboard and I can just hang it there.
Yeah.
So I can just see what I've got. And it also makes it easier for me now to sit down and do an itinerary of what I have and how many skeins I've got it, and then I can just have a little a little
card you can hang on there.
Yeah, a little card on there or something like that with what's on there, and you know, if I've used it all I can cross it out or tick it or do something to make it. But I thought that was a brilliant idea. I cannot for the life of me, I'm sorry, remember who. It's not my idea. I seen it somewhere and I cannot think who I seen it on.
Oh, okay.
It was a Flosstube that I seen it, and I thought, well, they had a round ring. Oh, okay. I think it was, and it done the same thing. I don't think that they were the same as this, but I figured, well, that's going to work for me. So now,
definitely.
And I've got some littler ones, so I can use them when I've got like 25 colours. I can use that. So yeah. So there's some amazing colours there now, and I can see them and work with it. So yeah.
Very nice. That's
so
a good handy little.
Yeah, that's a handy little thing to. Well, I think it's great. Like I can just see it and I can just pull it out. I don't have to rummage through everything because I hate rummaging. Like I've got my floss cards and stuff where I put my Cosmo on, my DMC, and all that sort of stuff, and they're just labelled on the front, so I just pull them down. Yeah. And I have them in numerical order as well because I'm that anal. And I have them in numerical order, and then I just have
I don't think that's anal. That's just
organised. Yeah. Well,
makes sense.
It makes sense, but some people call it anal, like my husband. Jeez. Labels and everything. I've got to find this stuff.
Know what.
Well, I don't want to spend like 4 hours trying to find one floss. So I just go through the numbers and then I've got it there, and there's the label. So it'll be like 1 to, for argument's sake, 1 to 100 or whatever. Yeah. On that. So yeah. So that's that's how I'm gonna organise all those. That I think that's easier.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
And I can see it, and then I'll probably. See, they have numbers and names on them.
Oh, do they?
So I'll probably put them in name because most charts have the name on it.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that.
I think the Lizzie Kate is All Weeks Dry Works. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they have the name on it, so you can see there on the back, it's all the names. So I'll probably put them in alphabetical order.
Yep.
To make it easy for me. So yeah.
Very good.
I'll give that to the human dictionary of the house.
Yeah, she can do that.
She'd love to do that. So what? Did you learn anything new this week with your stitching?
Did I learn?
We thought we'd add a new segment in of what we learnt new, like anything we've learnt new, like a new tip or anything like that. No, just trying to focus on getting things done.
I noticed when I was doing this.
Yeah.
I did do something different with this. To find it, I was trying the
sewing method,
the sewing method, and like I've got a big plastic project container. Yeah, it's about 30 by 30 centimeters or something. Yeah, it fits. Like I think it's a scrapbooking one.
Yeah. I think it is too. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I found was like I had that on my lap. Yeah. And I just sat this on it, and I was just spinning this, and I was doing the sewing stitch with this. Okay. And I found it just worked.
Do you think that sped it up? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what
like
I
was just cruising along.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I got so much done.
There you go. So you did learn something new this week.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So
awesome. And that's the whole point. Like, for anybody that's new here, we're really new to this, so this is all very exciting, pretty shiny stuff. Some of you seasoned stitchers will probably think, old hat, and all the rest of it. So, but we wanted to share what we've learned along the way, because they're like us, we found it very hard to find a lot of the information, or we had to watch so many videos to find the right information, or to see it clearly and all that sort of stuff. So I actually learnt something new this week, and it is, there was a reason that was out. Oh. I put it away and there was a reason that it was out. So from watching a few Flosstube videos and all the rest of it, I have been learning lots. I must admit, I've been watching Deb and Liz over on Country Stitches, and they are just a wealth of information, and I've been learning a great deal from them. And as I said, Liz has got a gadget corner, and a couple of videos back that I watched, now I'm not up to date with their videos, I've gone right back to the beginning because I found that they were just so knowledgeable, so I've just gone right back to the beginning. So a few things that I've learned this week, just to improve my stitch quality and stuff like that. Like I'm not a perfectionist by a long shot, but I know what looks good. And some of my stitches I felt, and because we're working with 2 strands, they twist and all the rest of it, and I thought there's got to be a way to get these stitches to sit right. So, you know, I fiddle with the needle and get them to sit right and all the rest of it. So I no sooner had that thought, and then Liz started showing some gadgets in her gadget corner. Yeah. One was this medieval looking thing. Okay, it's a laying tool. I'll show you how it works afterwards, and I'm going to actually film how it works. Okay, and hopefully I'm using it right. But it's a laying tool. So basically what this does, it goes onto your finger, you're stitching away, and this goes underneath your threads, and your threads run over it, and it makes them lay flat. So they separate. It takes the spin out of it, and it helps. And it goes down, like it goes down to your Ada or whatever, and it goes over. Deadly tool is all I can say. I'm like, you can tell that cross stitching is a very old art, because this is medieval.
And it was designed for
laying the stitches down and all the rest of it. So basically it just goes like whatever finger it's comfortable on, or however you stitch. Now I stitch in hand, and I do the sewing method, so I take this ring off and sit it on here, and I use it that way. I don't necessarily do it for my first laying stitches. I do it for the stitch that's going over the top. What I do for my first laying stitch is another thing that I've learnt, is called railroading. And what that does is you actually, so you're stitching away, you stitch between, when you go down into the Ada or your linen, you go between the threads, so you split the threads. Okay, and it takes the twist out of it and it lays flat. So I actually use both methods, a laying tool and railroading. I'm trying to, I like railroading, it's quicker and easier. This I'm still trying to get the hang of. And the reason that I was curious about that is because I have decided what I'm going to do with my Hade. I'm actually going to do 10 stitch, and that's because they had a bloody sale this week, and I found 3 charts that I want to do, and they're big ones as well. So I decided I'm doing, I want to do them. So basically the only way that I'm going to get these done is to cut it down in half, and that is actually do 10 stitch. So that's what I'm going to do on my Hades. So yeah, I decided today. Well, actually last night.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very good.
I hadn't decided when I bought the charts yesterday. But I decided last night that if I want to get them done, I need to do them. Yeah. So I used the laying tool and also the railroad method, and you can see there that my stitches are laying so much better in comparison. And I know this is on different fabric and all the rest of it, but in comparison to this, and you can see the difference between the tree and that edge of the house. You can see the difference there. So, and like just looking at it, so the coverage is better, the stitches are better. And I found that it wasn't so much the coloured stitches that were being skew with, it was more the white that was bugging me. Whenever I used white or a really pale colour, it just seemed like that they just didn't sit right.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
It's like, and it's frustrating.
Yeah. So using this tool and the railroad method, I have actually been a lot happier with my stitching. So that's what I've learnt this week.
Very good. Yes. You'll have to show me.
Yeah, it's
so I can give it a go and I'm interested in your new method.
It's pretty easy. So yeah,
awesome,
cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for today.
Yeah.
We've got some shout outs. So Stitching with my bestie, I've been over there watching them again, loving their shirts. They got some new shirts. Absolutely loving their shirts. And Gina had these. I've got to go and search for them. They were by Heartstring Samplery, and they are T-ball cross stitch ornaments. So you know your T-balls that you get, the mesh, they're stitched on that. Seriously, I'm not joking you, but I couldn't find them. She said that they were a Heartstring sampler on Etsy, but there was no listing for it, so I haven't sent her a message yet to find out if she's getting any more in. They're very cute. There's 2-inch size, and there must be a bigger size, and I don't think Gina said the size that she had.
Okay.
Yeah, but I want to do one of those. That'd be awesome to because it's not cross stitching on cloth or anything. It's actually on the T-ball.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm curious
you know the ones that usually had the chain on it that you dip into your, like you put your loose tea leaves in and then you dip it into your hot water.
Yeah.
Those. Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Oh.
I mean, I couldn't see the picture real clear.
Yeah.
But I thought, I want to do that. I've just got to track them down now. When I do track them down, I'll let you know if she's got them in stock or what the go is, because they weren't on her Etsy site when I went over and had a look. She's got a lot of other stuff over there, but like samples stuff, and she's got, I think she had playing cards as well.
Oh.
But you don't stitch them. They're already like they're printed.
Yeah.
And some postcards, I think it was as well.
Oh, okay.
But she's in the States.
Yep.
From what I can gather. So so I watched theirs. They kept me company the other day when I was quilting. I had, my filming thing. I put my probably put that down because that's a bit of a deadly toy. I had my, the one that I clamp on so I can film when I'm.
Yes.
Yeah, I had my camera in. I had my phone in that, and I switched it around and I was watching Flosstube because it was a Qbot.
Yep.
So I had the Flosstube here, and I could see the quilting happening here. So I was watching both and listening, and then every now and again stop the machine. What was that? Back. So it wasn't a very productive day or morning, but they kept me company. And then I also was watching Carla again. She's been doing some fabric dyeing this week, and she's put up an extra one to show you how she did it in the pickle jar. And I've wrote it down I've typed it down on my computer this time. And Married with Stitches has just got their new one out, and I'm halfway through watching that as well.
Oh yes, I've started watching that one as well.
Yeah, so they were drinking tea.
Yes, they were.
And I'm just like, oh my god. So basically that's all the shout outs I've got for this week.
I am up to date now with Tia from Calm Creations.
Oh yes, I also watched Tia as well.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Flosstubes.
Yes, you do. Yeah. But I finally got in and I got up to date with Tia, and
she finished her Snow White this week.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like, it looks so lovely.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
It looks really good. Yeah.
I saw it.
I don't know. I've been seeing snippets of it over the last couple of months, and then like she was doing, and then she ran out of one of the floss for the cheeks, so she had to match the cheeks up, and
the pink.
Yeah, and then basically there was beads going in. I haven't done any beading. I'm a bit curious.
And she likes the beading, so I'm curious with that as well.
I'm thinking I might just get like I think it's Mill Hill does all the beading sort of ones, and they do it on a paper. I haven't done that yet either, so I might look at some of them on eBay or something. See what I can't find. But who else have you been watching?
Just Tia this week.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'm up to date now, so I'm happy. Yeah, but I loved her Snow White. It's come up really good.
It has. Yeah, that's awesome. Alrighty, well that's about it this week, isn't it?
I think so.
Alright, so next week we are still putting up our Flosstube, but it'll be a day early because we'll be at retreat on the Friday, so we have to finish it Friday. So normally you would get I don't know, we're still going to call it Finish It Friday, but we're just moving a day forward, so it'll go up on Thursday. If you're in the US, that'll be on your Wednesday night.
Yeah.
That'll go up, and Flosstube will be going up on Tuesday night for those in the US, Wednesday here for Australia.
Yep.
So there will actually be no tutorial next week.
No.
Because as I said, I've got retreat and all that sort of stuff, and it's just too hectic to try and fit a editing session in as well as Flosstube and then also the live. So, so there won't be any tutorial next week, but I am looking at doing the week after when we get back. We are going to do some more dyeing of fabric, and we're going to use some different sorts of tea.
Yes. Oh, this is what we thought up in our mad scientist kitchen when we did the last lot.
So basically we're going to try some different teas on different fabrics and see what results we get. So we'll have a Flosstube extra going up probably the week after next. We have a couple of other tutorials coming up as well. Not necessarily cross stitch related, but you know, hey, we are a multi-craft channel, so
that's it.
So you'll have to keep an eye out for that. Alrighty, so that is it for this week. It's not been extraordinarily busy, but we've learnt a lot. We've got a lot. We're moving on with a lot. We've had some finishes.
Yes.
And we've got a lot of stuff coming up. So, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it, and that way you won't miss out on any of our future crafty posts. And if you've liked this video today, give it a thumbs up, a big thumbs up if you can. Big one. You can only sort of hit it once and it just does its thing. But, you know, hey. And don't forget to leave us a comment down below if you've got any questions at all about scheduling, rotation days, or anything else that's cross-stitch or any other craft. Leave the comments down below. We'll be happy to answer those. Well, I will be. Beck will probably go, Nicole, I don't understand. with patchworking and stuff like that. It's just still relatively new. But cross-stitching, I'm sure she'll be able to answer anything like that. We'll be happy to answer your questions. We do read them. We do get back to, well, I try to get back to everybody. I'll give you a love heart. Beck usually gives you a thumbs up. And you'll know that we've read it. We don't always get to all our, well, we sort of do over the progression of the week, but not necessarily straight away. But we do try to read everybody's comments and all the rest of it. Alrighty, so thank you very much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you all again next week. Bye for now.
Bye.